to Ask Sue London. I'm your host, Sue London, and I've got to tell you, we have got the most amazing show tonight. Now, we have got an amazing lady on, and I want to tell you about her. She's just such a beautiful soul. Her name is Daphne Wells. Let me tell you, I got to read this to make sure I give you all the right information, guys. So Daphne Wells is the numerologist for leaders. She helps women leaders transform overwhelm and self-doubt into self-mastery and fulfillment. When not inspiring women globally, Daphne enjoys creating with fabric, gardening, or enjoying the waves near her South Island, New Zealand home. Tonight, we are going to talk about understanding our pets through numerology. For you pet owners, this is the woman that's going to help you understand your pet at a level like you have never experienced before. Now, to learn more about my dear friend Daphne, go to her website. It's daphnewells.com. Her name is spelled D-A-P, P's and Paul, H-N-E. Wells is WELLS.com. Tonight, we are going to talk about numerology between you and your pet. And you're in a special treat tonight because I am letting my family and myself and my pet be very public for you. And my husband has so kindly agreed to let Daphne, he shared his birthday with her. And if you heard or seen my show or my shorts, you see our celebrity puppy that we've had coming up in 1 year, August 25th. We've had Buddy in our life for 1 year. So you've seen the videos with Ross and Buddy and the connection they have. Well, Daphne's going to let you experience numerology through these two. And so when you learn about these guys, just know, there's just going to be so much come out of it for you if you work with her when you do. So before I just keep going on about how great she is and everything she does, let's bring her on. Daphne, I love you so much. I cannot wait to share you with everybody.
Oh, I'm so thrilled to be here, Sue. I love you too. It's been such a pleasure meeting and connecting with you.
To help pet owners, I want you to tell everybody, how do you do numerology between a pet and their owner? How does that work?
Okay, so numerology, for those who may not know, and your listeners, so you know about it, not everyone may. Numerology is the language of numbers, essentially, and everything in our universe is made up of numbers and patterns. So numerology calculates and interprets the numbers and the energy that are behind anything. So we all come into the world, we all choose our date of birth. Animals, humans, all of us, we choose our date of birth. And so from that single piece of information, just your date of birth, nothing else, that is where we can access so much information and wisdom through numerology. So how does it work with your pet? So we're going to use Ross and Buddy, right? So Ross came into this world with his own energy. And as some of you will know, we wander around with this 2.7 meter bubble around us where our energy is stored, right? And we carry it with us. And it changes as we go on our life journey. And with numerology, we can forecast that and read that for you. I can. And so Ross came in with his, Buddy came in with his.
Right.
So how you can understand your pet's score is by understanding their energy, what they bring to the world, because each of us bring gifts into relationships, whether it's with an intimate partner, a pet, a child, a client, whoever. We bring a gift to relationship. And so in your understanding your pets, we can understand their energy and we can understand how their energy interacts with yours. So in this example, we're looking at Buddy and how his energy interacts with Ross's, right?
So were you quite tired after you did the numerology on those two?
I actually find it really energizing. I'm like, I just can't wait to share this. It's so interesting because...
Is it?
You shared with me in our last conversation about how Buddy was a rescue dog and his history and what he brought into your home in terms of his past trauma, past experiences, right? And your curiosity was that all of your other dogs have been closer to you than to Ross. So why is this different? And so that's really what I dove into the
Yeah.
numerology about, to see
Yeah.
why is this? How can we understand this and therefore provide even more of what Buddy needs to heal, right?
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, that
So as we're talking, do we need to tell everybody what their birthdays are? Do you like
I
whatever
don't
I
know
share
that.
with you, you're welcome to share if that helps people
Okay, I
understand.
think we'll just talk about the interactions and the points on their chart, because we don't have time to go into all of the details, right?
Okay. Okay. I'll follow your lead. This is your show, my friend. Go for it.
Well, it's your show. I have the privilege of being your guest. So I just want to preface it by saying I work with two schools of numerology. One is Pythagorean, which is the personality that you bring to the world and the lens that you see the world through. The other one is the Book of Life, which is based on the deck of playing cards. And with that, that's your soul agreement that you come into the world with. And so they are two different energies that work together in each of us as individuals and in animals too, right? So,
Okay.
and I am going to refer to some of my notes. So if I'm not looking at you, I'm not being rude. I don't want
No,
to forget
that's
anything.
okay. Yeah. I'm sure you
I
have a
don't want
lot to say about Ross and Buddy.
I do. We're not gonna get as deep as we could. We're touching the surface. Really, is all we can do in the short time that we have.
Yeah.
So Buddy came into the world with an aspect of him that really needs connection. It needs a lot of things to think about and talk about, a lot of communication. And Ross provides that. Interestingly enough, you do in your chart too, so right? So, he's getting that from both of you, that interaction, that communication, that touchy feely stuff that he needs.
Yeah.
What Ross provides that you don't, that Buddy needs. So Buddy comes into this world with the energy of 7, it's his birth code. So he's really adventurous. He wants to take the deep dive. He needs to trust. He needs to trust. And for
Yeah.
those of you who know his past, that's something that he's building with Ross and Sue, right? Is that fair for me to say that? That's what came through
Yep.
for me, right?
Yep.
He's building that. And so Ross comes in, and his birth code is a 6. Now, 6 is all about love, peace, and chicken grease. He wants to keep everyone happy. He
Yep.
wants to make everything peaceful and calm. And so he brings that to Buddy. And their interaction together, so if you add 7 and 6, you get 13. And then we
Okay.
break that down and we add the 1 and the 3, and we get 4. Now, 4 is all about foundation stability. So you think about the table has 4 legs.
Yes.
So you see how that relationship of Ross and Buddy provides the stability for Buddy that he didn't have in his previous home.
Right. And that's so true because the past owner, as you know, and so if you're new to my show, Buddy, we rescued him, or a man's son came to ask if we would, the things happened to connect us to the son, and the father, the past owner of Buddy, he had dementia, and the wife had, no, sorry, the wife had dementia, and the husband had Alzheimer's disease.
Mm.
And so the man was in worse shape than the wife. And so he was taking this role of looking after the man. And so it was funny because when Buddy first met both of us, Buddy went right to Ross. And Ross is like, yes, finally, one of these dogs that we've had comes to me first, And it was like, wait a minute, what's going on here? In my mind, what's going on here? They always come to me first, right? So, yeah, so it's really interesting. But I can tell you that, like, wherever Ross goes, Buddy has to be right there. And when
Mhm.
Ross will have an afternoon sleep, Buddy has to be on that bed, and he literally will like lay on the bed or sit on the bed. He watches Ross even sleep, and he sleep. He will just watch Ross sleep. It's crazy the connection between them. So it's
Because
interesting.
Ross is his stability.
Yeah.
If we go
Hmm.
to the birth card, which we have with the Book of Life,
Hmm.
Ross gives that stability, that foundation. He has that
Okay.
in his soul agreement.
Okay, that's interesting. Because I'm
Yeah,
always saying stop spoiling the dog. Like he really goes overboard spoiling this dog. And like everyone who knows me, I am a massive animal lover, but the connection between them is so like different than anything that we've had with animals in our family. And I know
and
like
that
Buddy's
sex
such
energy wants to spoil. It wants to love. It wants
mm,
it wants that energy wants Buddy to feel loved, like Ross wants you to feel loved.
right,
And yet
right.
he provides that to Buddy in a way that is easy for him.
Oh
It
yeah.
comes naturally to him, and so Buddy
Yeah.
is drawn to him. The other thing is another aspect is that Buddy's um, energy wants to know all of the steps. Like he wants to know what's happening and what's happening and what's happening and what's happening, which
Yeah.
that taking notice of Ross. Ross
Mhm.
has the arrow of determination. He gets stuff done. So
Mm,
for Buddy, that's a really safe place to be. Buddy wants to
yeah,
know all of the steps.
he does.
And what Buddy needs to learn, one of his lessons in life is to learn that it's okay to know the next step. And you see, Ross has that arrow of determination that he's going to get things done no matter what. I feel what's come through for me is that Buddy feels that sense of safety that and probably possibly in his previous home,
Mhm.
he panicked because he didn't know all those steps and he felt really insecure because no one was providing them for him.
Well, he
With
wasn't even
Ross,
getting fed. He
yeah,
wasn't
I
even
know.
being fed. They
You
forgot
told
they
me
had a
that.
dog because of their mental health. Yeah,
Yeah. And so
makes
he
total
feels
sense.
safe with Ross because he knows that Ross is going to take care of that next step and the next step and the next step for him.
Yeah, and he does. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And it's just amazing. Like when, like I see, and if you're watching this and you have like someone in your life that like I watch Buddy and Ross, it can bring tears to my eyes, and not in a bad way, but when you can see what a little furry pet can do for a grown 67-year-old man, and you can just see them just so light up. And Ross is a happy guy, but it brings tears to my eyes when I can see this strong connection between them and the laughter and like much more. But don't get me wrong, he's a great guy. But I see Buddy has added this new dimension to Ross that
Mm.
that they do their energy is healthy for each other, and
It's
it's a
they're
beautiful
feeding
thing
off
to see.
each other in a really
Yeah,
positive way. Like they are
yeah,
actually both bringing gifts to each other massively and
yeah,
creating a really positive, powerful relationship in the
it is.
process, right?
Yeah,
And that,
yeah,
that relationship is really built on trust.
it is.
The gift
Yeah,
that I said the gift they provide when you add them both together, the combined gift is that stability in relationship. With the birth cards, their gift there, their combined gift is really trusting each other, trusting
mhm,
each other's wisdom, trusting each other's knowing, trusting each other's intuition. It's that deep
mhm,
trust that Buddy lacked in his previous home. He needs it, and yet
yeah,
he didn't receive it. He wasn't
right,
able to feel it.
right.
And so
Yeah.
I really believe that's why they have such a close connection.
I've seen many animals and owners, and I've had pets and have had very strong connections with pets, but it's just unbelievable to see the connection between these two. And it's amazing. Again, people, if you're watching this, like you've got to connect with Daphne because you can understand more. Like, look what she's just told us about Ross and Buddy. And it's amazing because I'm telling you, like I'd say, Ross, you're really spoiling Buddy. This is like overdoing it, like, and I'm again, major animal lover, but I also don't feel like you should let a dog eat popsicle. You'll see my short on my YouTube, eating a popsicle on carpet, and thinking it's cute. But this is where I laugh because it's funny what animals can do to people. And like with them having such a strong connection, if I am understanding you right, it's like because of their strong connection, either one of them could do anything that would drive someone else nuts or be bad, but they would both accept that from each other because they're such a team, right? That
Yeah,
makes so much sense, yeah. Because it's like, why are you letting the dog eat a popsicle?
because because Buddy really needs to feel that sense of safety and security.
Yes, he does need that, and so he's needed that since the minute we got him,
Yeah.
right?
And Ross
Yeah,
provides no disrespect to you. You provide
yeah,
it to him in other ways. You asked that
yeah,
your question to me was, tell me about their relationship because it's so close and so tight.
yeah,
And Ross provides that in bucketfuls in a way that is comes naturally to him.
yeah.
And
And you know,
what you just said about how you said he's always spoiling the dog. Well, some people in some households would get quite jealous and resentful of that,
yeah,
right?
no, I find it very touching. I really like, as
Yeah.
much as I'll say, come on, seriously, are you crazy? You know, I also am very touched and I'm really happy for Ross because we've been together for 23 years and every pet that we've had are like so connected to me. And I feel bad for him because before we came together, he had a beautiful dog, little Jack Russell named Maddie. And he was missing that connection with his own dog, let's call it, right? Now, Buddy is our family dog. So I don't want people watching this thinking, I don't love Buddy because all my dogs are equal to me. But this is like a connection I have not seen happen before. But I will tell you, like Ross has a nickname, Snow White, and that started because one time I think we were up in Quebec, Canada, and all of a sudden this little bird landed on his shoulder, and then another time this little chipmunk came up and started going in his hand. So he's really got that beautiful energy. He's a healer. He's very intuitive. He cries in movies. He's got that really great energy, and animals feel that. So I'm really grateful that, Buddy and Ross found each other again, because
It's
it's
such a
beautiful
gift,
to see.
isn't it? Because it gives
Yeah,
Ross an outlet for that
yeah.
intense relationship with an animal that, as you say, he hasn't had in a deep way the last few years.
So that's amazing. So what all can you tell through numerology with the pet and the owner connection? Am I putting you on the
You
spot
can
by asking you that?
numerology through numerology. You can pretty much answer any question. So I'd look at both their chart and the pet's chart and see what's going on there, and how, as a human, we can help the animal through whatever it is that's difficult. Right? Um,
So
Same with
let me ask
children.
you,
I wish I'd known this when my children were younger.
right, exactly. So I mean, am I like going out of line by saying people, like you people with children, parents, you can connect and have learn about your child and
Yeah,
do you pre-warn them about the teen years and the that kind of we won't tell you all about that if you're just new parents. We're both laughing because we're both grandparents.
yeah.
Um, Let me ask you, so with regards to Buddy and Ross, we I've shared on the show, Buddy has a lot of fears and insecurities. And what Ross and I do is once a week, we'll take him on some new experience. And that might be simply like to go for a walk where there might be other people. Or we went, I guess a couple of weeks ago, we went into this town where we were walking like on at the port kind of area.
Mhm.
And all of a sudden, Buddy started freaking out, petrified. And we thought, what is going on? And I was feeling his anxiety through the roof because that's what happens with me. I feel animals. Ross right away, zoomed in. He right away picked up Buddy. And what it was there was a boat tied to the dock, and it was like a cement dock, and the boat was rubbing against the concrete dock. And that
Oh,
scared Buddy because he's been going through these experiences that's new to me. What does that mean? Like with water, like I don't want to be by the lake, and I'm scared of that. And so we've been taking him places because for first 22 months of his life, he was either in this garage or going between a backyard where they forgot they had him for 22 months. So is that with the connection with Ross and Buddy, is it meant for Ross to be the one to help Buddy to experience and understand what life is all about? Like, yes, this is a boat
Yeah.
making that noise. So if we go anywhere, it should be Ross holding Buddy versus
Well,
me.
I'm not saying I don't ever shit on people, because I think
Okay.
he
Is it
he will
better?
feel more secure with Ross
Okay.
than he will with you,
Okay. And that's good to
because
know.
Ross provides like that security blanket for him with his energy.
So, and you know what? What's interesting is I think intuitively, some of the things you're saying, Ross and I knew, because Ross is always the one to hold Buddy in everywhere. He walks Buddy, I walk Marley. And
Mm.
Marley doesn't even want to walk with Ross. Like, it's really funny, the energy of animals, right? Here's Marley really attached to me. And I'm not walking with you, Ross, but Buddy's like, I only want to walk with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
they do
crazy.
that, don't they? They're really,
Yeah.
yeah. And
Hmm.
I feel that, because when Buddy is in a situation where he doesn't feel deep trust, which he does with Ross and does with you,
Yeah.
he feels it more, I believe, with Ross. He feels it more deeply because of that strong connection. And
Yeah.
so, in order for the flip side, like the harmful side, when you have lack of trust,
Yeah.
you really doubt yourself. You doubt everything. Your confidence goes down. I always talk about trust and confidence as being stones on a stacking, like stacking stones, and you stack them
Yeah.
up together, they're
Yeah.
easily toppled.
Oh,
And,
okay. Okay.
so for Buddy, he, as I said, really needs to feel safe and secure. And
Yeah.
so Ross provides that in a way that
Yeah.
your energy doesn't do as naturally or as deeply.
This is a great tool for you to have by connecting with Daphne to understand the connection that if you've just rescued an animal and why things are not working out, that that's something that you can help them to understand what they need to do. Is that fair to say? So between Daphne with doing the numerology and helping you understand what you can do, between me doing the healings and helping you clear, you got two people that are right in front of you. You're watching this show that have answers to help you with whatever challenges you are going through with your pet. And I want to really encourage you to connect with one of us. Daphne's DaphneWells.com. And as you know me, I'm AskSueLondon.com. We want to help you with your pet. If Ross was available tonight, he was going to come on the call tonight as well. And of course, say everything I'm saying. Like, yeah, that's right. Because like Daphne's 100% right. Everything she's saying about their connection. Now, we're almost out of time, my friend, but you have a special offer for everyone, but I want to make sure that everyone hears this because this offer is only for the month of July. And if you're seeing the pre-record, just know this is for July of 2024. So do you want to share what your offer is?
Yeah, so what I'm doing for Sue's audience is offering, and I never offer discounts. Let's just preface it by saying this. However, this is
Yeah.
such an exciting area for me personally to dig into more and help more pet owners. Is I'm offering a 25% discount off numerology reading.
See, that's beautiful. But where do they go to? And then there's a special code you want them to put in, or do you want me?
Yes,
Yeah, could you tell them? Because then what I'll do in case they miss it, if you're seeing this on the places where I have the description showing, then we'll also add that in there, like on YouTube, for example. We'll put that in the description.
but if you're just listening, so you go to my website, daphnewells.com, you go along the top and hit the numerology button. And then when you push the buy button, after that, it will ask you for a code to get the discount. And your code is FC25.
Okay, so Frank Charlie 25.
Yep.
Perfect. Perfect. Well, that is just amazing. Thank you for that offer for our audience. I love you so much, my friend. I really am so grateful to you to do this for Buddy and Ross, and for thank you to Ross and to Buddy for letting you guys share yourselves with everybody, because I thought the best way for you to see how numerology can work for you and your pet is to be an example. please connect with Daphne. And again, her website is daphnewells.com. And I want to remind everybody that if you're new to the show, on the second and fourth Tuesday of every month, I do what's called Ask Sue London live events. These are free events. They're online through Zoom. You can go to my website, asksuelondon.com, and on the homepage, you'll see the calendar. It will always bring them up. You'll go there to register. They're a free event. Now, here's how it works. So every time I do the event, I get a channeled message on what is the topic that I am to share with you in that talk. And so the one that's happening on July the 9th, it's at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to talk about tools on how to get you grounded, because when you are grounded, you're not only helping yourself, but you're also helping your pet, because your pet will absorb everything where you are at. We don't want to have sick, dizzy pets. So we want to get you grounded. And so on that call, I'll talk for a little bit. And here's the gift I'm going to give you is that on these talks, these Ask Sue London live talks, you can send me in advance a picture of your pet, whether they're alive or crossed over, and one question, and I will answer that on the call. And so that's for the July 9th event. Now, the next event, Ask Sue London live event, is on Tuesday, July 23rd at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And that topic is, how are you creating blocks? So I'm going to share how you may not realize what you're doing to create blocks to stop you from manifesting. So we're going to talk about that. And on there too, you're going to be able to send, as always on all those Ask Sue London live events, they're free. And you're able to send a picture of your pet live or crossed over and ask me a question, and I will address that. So it's all on my homepage, asksuelondon.com. And please connect with my dear friend Daphne, daphnewells.com. My friend, I love you. You're very special. I appreciate you so much. I know you and I have so much more to come. And will you come back on again?
I'd
Would you
love
come back?
to. And thank you so much for having me. I love you too. This has been such a fun conversation.
So I'm just honored, to have you as a friend, reconnecting, right? Thank you. Now, I want to thank you for tuning into the show. I want to tell you that I appreciate you. Daphne and I want you to know that we love you, we appreciate you, and we're grateful that you've joined us today. And I hope that something each of us or both of us has said will make a positive difference in your life. So on behalf of my amazing guest, Daphne Wells, and myself, Sue London, we both want to wish you much love and many blessings. And I'll see you again real soon.